If you love Margaret Atwood or Elizabeth Moss, then you would have for sure watched The Handmaid's Tale, right? Are you waiting for season 6 of the series? We've got something for you. Stay with us till the end to find out when you can see the 6th season of The Handmaid's Tale, and let's get started. There is some important news about The Handmaid's Tale. Everything good has to end at some point, and this popular series is no different. There are rumors that The Handmaid's Tale will not be back for a 6th season, which is a shame. But it's hard to believe so. For a very long time, the creators of this show have been talking about bringing one more season for us, and it looks like it'll be a satisfying end to June's story and the stories of the other popular characters. This last season tries to wrap up all the loose ends, giving the show a fitting ending that the fans of the show will enjoy. The exciting news is that this last season will also make way for a new show called The Testaments. This new series is based on Margaret Atwood's current follow-up to the first book in the series, so there'll be more to look forward to after The Handmaid's Tale is over. So what should we look forward to this season? It's going to have a lot of intense moments, emotional scenes, and big reveals. People will finally get to see how June's fight against Gilead goes and what happens to all the characters they've been following so closely. The new season was supposed to begin shooting in August 2023, but Hollywood ran into a big problem when there were big strikes that stopped almost all movie and TV production in the US. A lot of TV shows and movies had to stop because of this, and The Handmaid's Tale was no different. This is now well into 2024, and there's still no official word that filming for season 6 has started. There is some good news along with the bad. People who work on the show, especially the cast and crew, have told us it will be worth the wait. Elizabeth Moss, who plays the lead, has made it clear how excited she is for the last season. Elle magazine asked her about it in November 2022, and she said that it feels like a long time until fans can see the new shows. It seems like a very long time before you guys get to see anything else, she said, and said she was sorry for the wait. Elizabeth said each season takes longer to make because the show's grown and changed. It's not enough to just add more material. Since this is the last season, everything needs to be just right. They want to end on a high note and give people something they'll remember. So when can we look forward to season 6? That's not easy to say. A 2022 New Year's Eve special on The Graham Norton Show gave us a clue. Madeline Brewer, who plays Janine on the show, did it. Her words meant that the last season would be out in 2024. For now, though, there is a chance that the release date will be pushed back. From what we can tell now, season 6 might start sometime in late 2024 or early 2025. We'll let you know about any new info as soon as we get it. For season 6 of The Handmaid's Tale, it'll bring back several important cast members who have become important to the show. Yvonne Strahovski will play Serena Joy Waterford again, and Elizabeth Moss will play June Osborne again. Janet, played by Madeline Brewer, will be back, and Ann Dowd will play Aunt Lydia again. Luke will still be played by O.T. Fagmeni, and Nick will still be played by Max Minghalia. Bradley Whitford will play Commander Lawrence again, Samira Wiley will play Moira again, and Amanda Brugel will play Rita again. Alexis Bledel, who played Emily, won't be back though. In the first episode of season 5, it was revealed that Emily had returned to Gilead, ending her character story. Bledel chose to leave the show and thank the creators and the rest of the team in a statement. Because she's leaving, Emily will not be in the last season, which makes some fans sad. Even so, there is hope that the next season, figures like Rita and Moira will play bigger parts. They had a lot of screen time in the first 3 seasons, but less in season 5, in part because Bledel left. Bruce Miller, who runs the show, admitted that this was a problem and said that Moira and Rita's stories weakened because they were linked to Emily's. Miller said he wanted to learn more about these people if he could, but the format of the show often makes it impossible to do so. Bruce Miller's been the producer for The Handmaid's Tale since the beginning, but he's leaving his job at the end of season 6. Miller will now be working on a new show called Testaments, which is a spin-off. Fans may be worried about how the show will end after he leaves, but they don't need to be. Eric Tuchman and Ya-Lin Chang, 2 directors who have worked on the show for a long time and are very experienced, will run the last season. Some information about Miller's plans for the last season have been shared. However, he says that these ideas are still in their early stages and may change as the season goes on. He said he wanted to end the story the way he wanted to, instead of the frustrating unfinished ending of the first book. Miller has always wanted to answer the questions that the book didn't answer and give the story a satisfactory ending. Miller says that June's story is more than just a list of events, and the show's ending will be centered on her journey. June's character is meant to represent all the women whose stories have been lost or ignored throughout history. The story is meant to show that these women's lives are still important and real, even if they're hidden from view. Instead of letting June's character disappear without a proper ending, Miller wants to make sure that her story ends in a way that makes sense. When asked about June and Nick's friendship, Miller said their love story will be a big part of the last season. He said season 6 would be the most most emotional for Nick and June as they try to figure out how they feel about each other. It is clear that their love is still strong, even though they try to tell themselves they don't need to be together. They'll feel strongly about each other by the end of the season, even if they can't be together in real life. Elizabeth Moss also talked about what she thought about the new season. She said June's journey would help her figure out who she is and what her future holds. The stakes are high because the last season will look not only at June's personal problems, but also what her story means for society as a whole. Based on what Moss said, it sounds like this season will go into more detail about June's character and provide an ending that fits both her personal journey and the show's larger themes. A major character in The Handmaid's Tale made a big discovery in the 5th season. This discovery will become the main focus of the 6th season. In the next season, players will have to decide what to do next and figure out who they can trust. It's possible that Ann Dowd will play Aunt Lydia again in the spin-off, which will explore new parts of the story. Many people have praised Ann Dowd's performance as Aunt Lydia, and she's excited about the possibility of playing the role again in the spin-off. Dowd first talked about how excited she was about the book when it came out in 2019. She talked about how she was surprised that Aunt Lydia was involved with Gilead, but found it interesting. Dowd said that finding a personal link with Lydia was a big part of understanding why the character does what they do and why they make the choices they do. Lydia acclimates quickly to Gilead's strict rules and the testaments. She used to be a judge in family court. She knows that if she wants to stay alive in this harsh society, she needs to do well and become a leader among the ants. Dowd does a great job playing Lydia because she really gets how the character thinks and what makes them want to stay alive. There's still no word whether Anne will play Aunt Lydia again in the spin-off. Dowd's made it clear that she does want to play the part again. During a June 2021 interview on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, Dowd joked that she wanted to keep playing Lydia. For fun, she joked that if someone else got the part, they might need to watch out for her. Even though it was a joke, her statement showed how much she cares about the character. Let's talk about Dowd's thoughts on the Testaments as a podcast. It was clear that Dowd liked Margaret Atwood's work because she said some nice things about it. She is most interested in how one of the characters, Lydia, changes as the story goes on. Now, Lydia's just trying to make it in Gilead at first. She gets a lot smarter and more careful as she stays there longer, though. Why? Well, she starts to understand that Gilead's powerful men are in charge. It would be weird to live somewhere where you always have to watch your back. Now, let's talk about Bruce Miller, who came up with the idea for The Handmaid's Tale. He is currently working on a very interesting project, a new show based on the Testaments. Miller is thrilled and can't wait to use parts of the Testaments in the new books. But there is a catch. The new show will be influenced by the Testaments, but it won't be an exact copy. Miller has talked to Margaret Atwood a lot about June, who is another important character in the story. He's excited to use June and other parts of the book in the new series, but in a new way. So, which character do you find the most amazing in The Handmaid's Tale? Please share with us in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed watching our video today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and be on the lookout for more great content. Thanks for watching.